Daddy.
All right, speaker. It's a beautiful Ujima, and we're going to have us a nice little conversation. We're going to have us a nice little talk. We're going to do some nation building. It's going down right now. Now my mic is on hot. I know it's wrong. What's going on here? Let me go to where it's supposed to be. There.
Check 2, check 3, check 4. There we go. That's a lot better. Slowed it down just a little bit. My mic was hot. I wanted to make sure that everything was working properly. I want to first off welcome everybody. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hot Tim. And this is Heart of a Simple production. You are now listening to Tribal Quotes, and of course we will strive to blow up your old paradigm. All right, cool. Now, first things first, let you go and listen to a little commercial. I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within of the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. All right. I want to welcome y'all back. This is once again Brother Hatim. You're listening to Tribal Quotes on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Of course, I got to send some shots out to the sponsor, that Ambrosia. I know y'all heard that. Hold on. Maybe I can get it back up, huh? Yeah, it wasn't as loud as before, but hey, I'm pouring that Ambrosia, this cool, refreshing drink. Well, it ain't actually cool. I like mine warm. Some other people like theirs cold, but as long as you keep it alive, right? It's a live drink. Make sure you get it inside your body, keep you alive, keep you healthy. We toast with this every morning as we do our daily toast. You can join us on YouTube. Man, them Scrobies be growing fast. I keep telling you. Anybody, man, this one is nice and sour too. Anybody out there that's in Columbus that's interested in learning how to do this, hit me up. Let's get it. I mean, even if you're in another state, I'll tell you how to do it. It's easy. I learned how to do it by reading. You can learn how to do it by reading. All right. Nothing in the news, but I'll take that back. It is something in the news. Great Pumpkin addressed the Congress last night, and some people say he was friendly. I don't know. I ain't had time to even watch that shit. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the Proverbs. I lied. Y'all know I can't do that. I can't do it. My mouth won't stop. It won't stop. I mean, I try to stop it. I put my hand over it. I want to. I just can't stop. Right now, so today is Ujima. Tomorrow's Ujima. Right. So right now I'm struggling on pushing out this article. I'm trying to write this article, and it's about wasted resources, right? And I have to admit in my article about a wasted resource that I have been stumbling across ever since I started this venture for as the Nguzo Saba Challenge, right? What I have to do is I have to start using either the folktale or the proverb, one of the proverbs, and use it to catapult me into the week. And I can use that as the anchor around which I do my discussion for that principle during that week. So I'm going to be apologizing to you for that, right? Because we have let a lot of wisdom go when with me just freestyling, when I could freestyle around one of these proverbs and connect it to each one of the principles for the next 7 days. So this week, I just stumbled on the one that we've been covering, which is awaken from thy suffering. O thou who lies prostrate, awaken, for your head lays in the horizon. We've been talking about that one, so I can't wait to see what comes from the Proverbs today. Now I know some of y'all like, brother, I tell him why you don't advertise the show. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't posting it up? Because those that know. I'm doing this Tuesday and Wednesday night. Tuesday we do folk tales. Wednesday nights we do proverbs and quotes. Shouts out to my cousin Miss LaDonna. Thank you for stopping in. So before I get into that, today is Ujima, collective worker responsibility. It also discusses righteousness, respect, and vibration. Tomorrow is cooperative economics. Ujima, right? Cooperative economics, reciprocity, gratitude, and polarity. We might get into a little bit of that tonight. For those that'll be watching later, I have released my latest book. It's called Freedom Within Limits, Haku by Hatim. Y'all go and check that out. It's on Kindle. I think it's on Kindle for $3. Then also, because I'm taking those prices up. This one right here you get for $10. But you go to createspace.com. I'll put the link up. All right. So now let's get into the Proverbs, because last time we ran out of time because I be trying to cover the news, and I just like talking about the Great Pumpkin. I really do. I really, really do. Y'all understand. I mean, it's such a thrill to see the fuckery on a national level. I mean, it's just incredible to me, right? Incredible. And it really paints a proper picture for a lot of us old enough to see what's going on, right? So let's get straight into the Proverbs without any delay. It's always a delay. I'm trying to stop talking. I can't help it. We almost done with the first part of this book, y'all. We only got a couple more Proverbs. Then we're going to get into the book inside the book. And I'm telling y'all right now, when we get inside the book, because this little book, I want y'all to look out it's 2 books in one. This little book is a total of 72 pages. 2 books inside this book. You just have to be doing your reading and doing your study. And I found it, and I'm telling you, the information that's going to come out of this book is going to be ridiculous for you, right? Now, after we finish this book, we're going to go back and do the Gye-Nyame Journey Handbook. I know y'all be like, how many books do you got, Brother Hatim? Right? How many books do you got? I compiled this one, right? Gye-Nyame Journey workbook, tribal quotes. We're going to start back over with this. This is how long I've been doing it. It's 90 pages in this one, 72 in this one. I'm just like, I can't help myself. I love doing this stuff, right? Regardless of who listening or whatever, because I know some good come up out of it. So we're going to go back into this one, right? And in this book, it gives you room where you can write your own perceptions about the Proverbs. Because I'm trying to tell you, man, our ancestors already solved all our problems. Because they already been through the issues. We ain't going through nothing new. So, all right, let's read the Proverbs for today. And out of these, I'm going to pick one that I'm going to be covering all week through each principle, starting them all. Say the knowledge holders, when enough is understood, death is conquered. That one needs an explosion. I don't think that y'all heard me. Now, y'all like it. If you like it, just share it, right? Share it. Like, subscribe, and share. That's all I ask, right? Even if you don't like it, share it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing else to do. Some of the other shit you be putting up on your timeline, I'm just as good. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go out here and knock a motherfucker. I ain't got no time for that, right? Yeah, that's foolishness, all right? But that one that one needs some thunder. Yeah, strike of God. Say the knowledge holders, when enough is understood, death is conquered. We're going to get to that one. I know some of y'all should have questions about that one, all right? I'm answering questions, too, so ask me about anything. I've been studying a very long time. Ask my little cousin on the line. I've been studying a long time. So if you have questions about the Proverbs or anything else, if I don't know, I could do the research to find out. All right. Say the knowledge holders, disease is chaotic. Healing is order. That's Proverb number 2. Proverb number 3. Say the knowledge holders, true home is the place from which the sun breaks. Oh, my God. All right. So, we're going to take those in order. I don't know. Brother Devin was on. I need to check and make sure ain't nobody on the line, because I'm about to go in. We about to go in. All right? Take me a sip of this ambrosia. I admit that was more than a sip. All right. We're going to start from the beginning. Say the knowledge holders, when enough is understood, death is conquered. All right. Now, we have to remember, those of you of African descent, those of you with Native American in your blood, we had a very different view of death, right? As a matter of fact, many of us have a very bad relationship with death. For us, death is the end. We have been taught it's the end. There's nothing on the other side. Even though a lot of us talk about heaven and talk about judgment, you can look at how we act that a majority of us don't really believe in shit. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black folks are closet atheists. I know y'all gonna get mad, but every last one of you got a cousin that you know is a closet atheist. They go to church, they scream, they praise the Lord, they talk about God is watching, and they go out and they do some of the most scandalous, unbelievable madness. The fact of the matter, a lot of people in Western society are atheists. They just scared to admit it. It's sort of like they go to church going to church is like paying an insurance premium. You know what I'm saying? It's like just in case. You know what I'm saying? So I could be up in front of God and try to lie. I was in church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people really don't believe. Why? Because of what we've been through here in America, right? We don't want to admit it. We don't want to talk about it, right? America has not been the kindest place to us, right? America has not been a wonderland for us. It has not been a house of plenty. So we have a very bad relationship with death. We have a fear of death, right? Now, as I told some of y'all before, we are a generational people. What does that mean, Brother Hatim? This means that we don't plan for an individual life. We plan on the generational level, right? This means that I'm not just planning for my life. I'm living my life to the fullest and doing all that I can so that I could build something for the future generation. Why? Because in the future generation, my children gonna come, and their children gonna come, and their children gonna come, and then I may return. Right? We talk in our ancient traditions, we talk about people returning. I want y'all to understand this, right? We talk about coming back. Now, what I'm saying is this. I like that. This means that I got to make sure that my daughter can handle her business. I got to make sure my kids are able to handle their business. I got to leave a legacy. Why? Because if I don't leave a legacy and I don't take care of my children and I don't handle my business, I will come back into a messed up situation that was of my making. The situation I'm in right now is of my making. This gives me the ability to take responsibility for my life before and now. See, because the issue is a lot of us, we surrender our power. I didn't choose to be born. Come on now. In your traditions, yes, you did. You chose to be born. You chose to get here, right? And in choosing to come here, right, you had a mission. Now, the trauma of your life has made you forget your mission. But the fact of the matter is, you are here on a mission. Your goal is to figure out what the mission is and accomplish it and live the best life and leave a legacy so that when you come back, you can come back with less trauma, right? You could make sure there's less trauma for your children. That's called being generational, fam. You know what I'm saying? So when enough is understood, death is conquered. When you understand that you're a generational person, when you understand that the law, I mean, even in physics, they talk about the law of, what is it? Basically, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be recycled and transformed into another form, right? It's basically that you are energy and you will always be. You will always be incarnating. You have always been here. You know what I'm saying? And when you start looking at life in that way, when you start understanding life, when you become conscious and start looking and exploring different things rather than falling into dogma and falling into belief systems where you don't have to do no exploration, when you don't have to do no experimentation, when you can't ask questions, right? You have to start understanding life. When enough is understood, fam, what do you understand about life? What do you understand about your family? What do you understand about your family's place? Do you understand that your family has a place in destiny? Do you understand that, right? Do you understand that your bloodline plays a major part
And where this world is going to go? Or is you just playing the laid back victim role? Right? You know what I'm saying? Or you just, you know what I'm saying? When enough is understood, death is conquered. Right? This means for somebody who is in study, for somebody who is learning, for somebody who is growing, even into their old age, they don't die. You just transform, you move to another state. We got to understand this, man. Right? Because the major thing that is being used and held over our heads to keep us prisoner here, to keep us submissive here, to keep us, as I said last week, in a prostrate state, face down, on the ground, sucking up dirt, is our fear of death. Death is the number one fear for us. And I would say we ain't scared to die. But shit. The truth of the matter is, a lot of us are. Enough of us fear death that America has been able to run games on us for years. Right? You know what I'm saying? They've been able to tear up our neighborhoods for years. They've been able to import guns and dope, you know what I'm saying, for years. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about this mysterious they, but we never want to say who they is, right? We never want to celebrate ourselves. When enough is understood, death is conquered. You understand that this is not you. This is just part of you. This right here, whether it's moving or not, this is just energy. It's something behind the energy that's driving the energy that's making it moving, fam. Making it move. It's your tool. This in Gye-Nyame, we call this your shell. This is your shell. It's something else that's in you that you have to plug into. And once you plug into that, that's where the everlasting life comes from. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all waiting for a heaven, and that's cool. I don't have any qualms with that. But I'm saying, why not have it now? When enough is understood, death is conquered. You make your transition. You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all. I just need y'all to chew on this one for a minute. The ancestors say when enough is understood. What does this mean? This means that you took time to study, right? And I'm not just talking about books, because I need people to understand, because when Brother Hatim was talking about consciousness, I'm not talking about your ass sitting in the library, right? That can be helpful, right? I'm talking about your ass going out by a lake. I'm talking about your ass going out in front of a tree. I'm talking about you looking at a sunrise and looking at the stars and looking at this amazing. Have you ever really just realized and thought about how amazing this planet is? Those of you, have you ever really looked and seen how beautiful Ohio is? Oh, man. I mean, we have chosen a blessed time to reincarnate on this planet. This is the time of heroes. Right now, major changes are happening on this planet. We were born at the right time. The question is, are you going to make history? Are you going to make change? Or are you just going to hang on to your fear? Right? You going to just let fear, your fear of dying, be the thing that limits you. Because look, that stops you from everything. That stops you from pursuing that love that you always have. That stops you from pursuing your dreams. That fear. When enough is understood, death is conquered. And after you conquer death, what could conquer you? After you conquer death, what could conquer you? Do some study, fam. This is why I keep telling people we need to go to the woods,
right? I keep telling you need to go out there. You need to deal with them damn mosquitoes. You need to see how the world changes at night and how it changes when the sun rises. You need to go out and see it. You need to go out and feel it. You need to feel the coolness in the morning. You need to feel the cold water when it rains. You need to really start experiencing life so that you can get to study. Yeah, and complement that with books. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting in the house in a warm house where you can control all of the temperatures and stuff like that, that's cool. That's cool. But you need to get out. You need to get out. You need to really study the writings of the universe. And that the writings of the universe are right here on this planet. They're in the stars when you look at them. But many of us, I don't know. I don't know. I love my people, but goddamn, sometimes I just be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I got people telling me I ain't going outside because I don't want the sun to make me black. I don't want to get darker. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? I wish I would appreciate how black I was when I was young, man. Oh my God. But that's a whole nother story. We gotta get some more of that. Lord have mercy. Nice and sour. Actually, it's kind of tart. Not really sour. It's more tart. But this one is like private stock, right? Because a lot of people, I got to filter it before I send it out. Because a lot of people, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They want the clear green ones. You look at this one. This one is a little bit darker. What happens is, this is still brewing, right? It's still fermenting. It's still aging, right? So what you see in there is the colonies or the culture of bacteria and yeast that are trying to form little bodies called scobies so that they can work together. See, you can learn a lot about nation building by just watching nature. I mean, it blew my mind at how these things work, man. I'm just trying to tell you. I tried to tell y'all about it last night. It blows your mind how nature will demonstrate stuff to you when you get out. And sometimes you ain't even got to get out. Sometimes you can bring nature into your house. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that work with plants. I know sometimes you could be amazed. You could go to bed one night, forget about a plant, wake up in the next couple of weeks or forget and look at the plant, and it's just sitting there in all its majesty. Nature is the true teacher, man. All right, let's go to the next one. When enough is understood, death is conquered. All right, say the knowledge holders. Disease is chaotic, healing is order. All right, all we got to do is look at any one of our neighborhoods for this one. Disease is chaotic, healing is order. Right? Very simple. What is a disease? A disease is a chaotic state. Basic. Chaotic state. Right? Now, we do need chaotic states. Why? Because they force us to adapt and overcome. In chaotic states, because we got to be honest about it. In chaotic states, creativity is allowed to spur. This is why you get a lot of creativity coming out of chaotic situations, right? Unstable situations, hip hop, jazz, blues, you know what I'm saying? Breakdancing, certain types of art, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the inventions that came up out of our captivity, right? Unstable, chaotic situations create the environment for creation, but it's not healthy to stay in these type of environments. Yes, we got to have some chaos. Yes, we got to have some vitamin chaos, right? But healing is order. So we need to be able to immerse ourselves in chaos. We need to be able to deal with chaos, right? But we also need to be able to have a place of order to go to so that we can start healing, right? So this means that in our space, all of us need to have a place of order where we could go and we could control that whole area, right? You know, your kids, you don't go in here tearing up shit. This is my space. Because in order for us to heal, we got to put ourselves in an orderly situation, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why you go in the hospital. The hospital room is pretty neat until a lot of y'all get in there and start throwing your stuff around. But it's neat when you go in there and they try to keep it sterile and stuff like this, but you need to set up yourself. It don't even have to be nothing big. Just set yourself up a space of order, right? Because that will keep you healthy. That will help you heal yourself, right? From all types of pain on all 5 levels of the human being. That intuitional, that mental, that emotional, that spiritual, and that physical pain. Put yourself in an orderly situation for a little while to help clean it. So the ancestors, once again, shouts out to Miss Angela. Say the knowledge holders, disease is chaotic. Healing is order. So wherever you find disease, you find chaos, right? So now, also we need to remember that when our ancestors talk, we talk symbolically. So we're not necessarily talking about the chicken pox or HIV. You know what I'm saying? It says disease is chaotic. Disease is chaotic. So all we got to do is look into our neighborhoods. Look into around some of the places we live. Hell, look into some of the spaces that we live in. That's if it's chaotic, disease, right? A lot of us we're eating the wrong foods, but I know some of us have met individuals who have the healthiest diets, right? But still be sick, right? Could it be because there's a possibility that their environment that they exist in is chaotic, and that causes disease too? Could our environments cause disease? Could you being in an environment cause a disease? Right? Has anybody ever went into an environment, right, and got sick? I've heard of this, right? Or go around somebody. I ain't talking about with the flu. I'm just like you. Certain people that you go around, they just kind of make you sick. Because of the chaos and the fuckery and the bitchcraft that's flowing around them, it could make you sick, right? We got to be very careful about those situations, fam. So the ancestors say, disease is chaotic, healing is order. Want healing in your life? Bring order into your life. Steps. In another part of the book, they says the best life is achieved by interaction with systematic processes. You want to heal? Put yourself in an orderly position. Put some order into your life. All right? So I'm going to go to the last one. And I got to decide on which one I'm gonna ruminate on for the next 7 days. Say the knowledge holders. The true home is the place from which the sun breaks. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Brother David Lee says the beginning is purification. That's the first step. And purification means purification of the body and mind. You don't purify the body without cleansing the mind. That's the way it works. Hold on. See more. I don't want to mess you up. All right. Let's see. Oh, man. I don't know what happened. Give me a second. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That was from Rolling Thunder, Cherokee. If we have bad thoughts or poison in our minds, they will eventually show up in our bodies in the form of headaches, pains, and stomach problems. It works this way because we are interconnected. Our minds and our bodies are one system. So when we start to grow or commit to the red road, we need to start cleaning up our thoughts and start showing respect for our bodies. We start purifying our minds by prayer and meditation. Hold on, I'm coming down.
We start cleansing our bodies by getting the right amount of sleep and developing good eating habits. Today, I'm going to observe my thoughts. Will my thoughts be clean today? Great Spirit, let me focus on your love today so my mind will be pure. Hell yeah. That's what Miss Angela said. That's order, right? That's bringing order to your life, right? Our ancestors, see, because what we have to understand is that regardless of whether there's a sea between some of our ancestors, wisdom is everywhere. Wisdom comes from experience, life. We live this. We live this. We experience this, and through the practice of living, we come to many of the same conclusion. He laid out a whole system for going into living an ordered life, putting things in order. A lot of us don't strive for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us think that we could just exist in filth, be around filth all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it's like I said, sometimes you got to descend into the chaos, but you got to have a place so that, like Batman even got a bat cave. Superman got a temple of solitude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even in the comic, if the comic book characters got places where they could go and have an orderly place, what makes you think that you can't? What makes you think that you shouldn't? Right? So the ancestors teach us that disease is chaotic, healing is order. Diseased, set up an orderly space. Set yourself up an altar, right? Set yourself up an altar, an orderly space. Teach your children about it. This space right here, y'all don't mess with this. If you have some issues that you want to deal with, here, let me show you how to approach this space, because in this space, you can be healed. Because like I said, man, y'all know that diseases just don't travel through the air. They just don't come through the food. They also come from the environment in which we exist. Some of us don't want to admit that because our houses is filthy. But hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because every now and then I got to descend into chaos. Part of my nature. I'm an 8. That's what I do. I go from chaos to order. 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 Right? Because like I said at the beginning, because I want y'all to understand this. Order is a beautiful thing, but order is kind of stagnant. I ain't even going to say kind of. Order is stagnant. When you go into an orderly situation, everything is where it's supposed to be. It's in chaos that creation actually is able to happen. This is why when you look at a lot of the creation stories, what did the Creator pull the universe out of? A chaotic situation. Brought order to chaos. See, when you do that, when you start learning how to do that, you begin to practice the art that your very own Creator gave you. Go into chaos and bring out order. Go into chaos and bring out life. Some of y'all have experienced that. Some of y'all done went into situations and saved somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, just by your presence, just you talking to them, you spoke life into this chaotic situation and you brought them out into order. Then, you know what I'm saying? So it's a power. I mean, listen, our ancestors already painted the road for us, man. Right? I mean, the answers are already here for us. All we got to do is be open to receive them. That's it. All we got to do is be aware. That's what consciousness is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, get outside, man. Feel it's cold out here. See, a lot of y'all have forgot. See, the Creator has given us in certain situations that bring awareness, that brings true total consciousness, right? And unfortunately, a lot of those situations, a lot of those conditions don't come in comfort, right? one of the things we really need to talk about is purposeful suffering. Like the proverb I covered last week said, awaken from thy suffering, O thou that lies prostrate. Right? Awaken from thy suffering. Right? And a lot of us start to think that suffering is bad. Right? But there is a such thing as conscious suffering, purposeful suffering. Like, let me give you an example. Fasting. Praying for long periods of time. Meditation. Exercise. Going to war for something that is valuable. Sundance. Inipi ceremony. Purpose suffering. Right? Conscious suffering. See, that's one thing that we really got away from in the black community. Purposeful suffering. Right? So we plug into it in other traditions. I know black folks that aren't even Muslims, but they'll do Ramadan. Because we sense that in some form or fashion, we got to bring some chaos, some unorderliness into our lives so that the creative spark can go. Man, I write some of my best poetry, I write my book. When I'm immersed into some craziness sometimes, that craziness sparks something in me. And because me trying to find order, I pick up a pen, right? And I get busy, right? Some of y'all need to find that right spot and be able to pull yourself back into order. You know what I'm saying? All right, now, say the knowledge holders. True home is the place from which the sun breaks. Y'all be thinking my ancestors. Y'all be thinking the ancestors be playing. I want y'all to think about this. The one proverb that gave me problems last week ends like this. I'm going to read it for you one more again. Awake out of thy suffering, O thou that lies prostrate. Awake thou. Thy head is in the horizon. Now, I was stumped. Yo, I told y'all this story. I was stumped. And I pushed that shit all the way to the back of my mind. I started working on some other stuff. And pow! It came. And then now I'm ending this week's proverb with this. Say the knowledge holder. True home is the place from which the sun breaks. Where does the sun break? I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? Did you say horizon? See, now I need y'all to understand this. Like, some of y'all that are Christians, y'all familiar where it says the Son of Man, the Son of Man has no home or something like that. You know what I'm saying? True home is where the sun breaks. The sun breaks in the horizon. Has anybody out there listening to me now or in the future ever been to the horizon? Have you ever been able to get to it? Have you ever been able to see it? Have you ever been able to reach it? No. No, it's just out there. It's an ever expanding thing when you start to pursue it. It's like a dream. What this is teaching us is where your true home is. Your true home is where the sun breaks. Now, what did the people say? Because those that don't know about this right here, right? This one right here is from, they call it the Book of the Dead. Our ancestors call it the Book of Coming Forth by Day. Right? This quote that I just read to y'all from last week was an incantation that they put on the head of the deceased. And this is what the priest said to the deceased. Awake out of thy suffering, O thou who lies prostrate. Awake thou, thy head is in the horizon. So first off, they telling them, dude, Wake up. Wake up. Like I'm telling y'all, wake up. Become conscious. Waking up is becoming conscious. Wake up out of thy suffering. When we sleep and we don't know that we sleep, you know what I'm saying? We don't know that we don't know that we sleep. We don't know that we don't know that we don't know. We're suffering. When I say awake and become conscious, that means I become aware of everything around me. But then look at the last part of this. It says, awake thou. And it has apostrophes on there. No, exclamation marks. Awake thou. That, you know, that it's like I'm yelling, awake thou. Thy head is in the horizon. Think about this. So they telling this being who forgot who he was, who's laying unconscious, who is dead, whose life has left him, who is basically sleepwalking, a damn near zombie. They say, awake thou from thy suffering. Awake thou. Thy head is in the horizon. How can your head be in the horizon? The horizon can't be touched. You could run from here to the end of the earth and never touch the horizon. If our ancestors is telling us that our head is in the horizon and then turn around on the next proverb and tell us your true home is the place from which the sun breaks, what is this telling us about you? Brother David says, we have to get back to the old ways. We know that. But how do we accelerate the return to the old ways before it's too late? The people are suffering, living in turmoil. Now, I'm going to say this, Brother David, right? We do have to get back to the old ways. But, and I know you're going to be upset with me, but we have to bring those old ways to where we are. We don't have to get back to them. We got to bring them up to us, right? What things have we learned in our experiences right now that we could add to the old ways, right? Because each generation has a responsibility to add something, right? See, because now we were thrown into chaos. We were thrown into madness. We were thrown into sadness. We were thrown into suffering so that we could bring something. It would be a shame if we just got our ancestors' old ways and advanced them not one iota. We have enough pain and enough suffering. We have been in chaos long enough to where it's now time for us to bring new myths and new rituals and new things to surface. They're in us. All this shit that we've been going through here, right? The stuff that's going on now, the things that have been going on with us historically has been put on us because from us, the salvation of this planet is going to depend. Sister Angela said, each one builds on to the next. Growth, right? You know what I'm saying? Because the people are suffering, and some of them do. I get that. Aunt Carol spoke to me about that. Excellent point. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to bring something, man. Because the old stories, some of them good because I'm into that. But a lot of our kids ain't. We got to be able to, in schools now, one of the key words that you constantly hear is rigor. Like rigor mortis, rigor. We want the kids to have rigor. We want them to rigorously teach our children. But one of the things that they constantly leave out in the discussion about rigor is the relevance. You can't get rigor. You can't get nobody to be rigorous at anything if you can't make it relevant to their life, unless you got a whip in your hand or a gun in your hand and you're forcing them to do it through that way. The only way that we could get our children to get really involved in school is to make it relevant to them. If we want them to get into the spiritual way of life, if we want them to become conscious, we got to make it relevant to them. If we want them to be involved with the rituals, we got to make it relevant to them. Right? So that means that some of us are going to have to be bold enough to come up with new myths to bring our children in. Come up with new stories to bring our children in. Not even just the children, because the children aren't really the problem. It's the damn adults out here. You know what I'm saying? Our children have to feel it relates to their lives. That's Sister Angela. Brother David, they need both. The old stories and the old ways brought us this far. We have to trust what the elders teach. Yes, but now we're becoming elders. What are we going to teach? We going to teach the same lessons? We could teach. We could trust the elders, because the elders aren't wrong, because their teachings are relevant for their times. Right? Their teachings are relevant for their times, but we're living in a different time. And it would be a shame if we did not share our wisdom, because I'm telling you right now, some of the wisdom that the elders are telling us now is not the same wisdom that their elders was telling them. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I love the conversation. That I wish you would pick up the phone and just call in, but it's almost 10 o'clock. Timeless. And if they're timeless, then that means that we can make them relevant. For example, I love Star Wars, but Star Wars is nothing but a old story with new clothes on it. That's all I'm saying. Wisdom is, you're right, wisdom is timeless, but it don't have to wear the same old cloak. You know what I'm saying? We need to bring it in, and I hate to say this, we might need to put some skinny jeans on the truth and put it in the car with some rims. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. All right. We won't put skinny jeans on the truth. All right. I'm just saying. You know, I try to stop, man. I try. Thanks. I hear you, Sister Angela. You know what I'm saying? Because this is truly about nation building for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because for me, this is real nation building, right? Why? Because we are triggering the minds. Because it don't even matter what we are able to do physically if the minds aren't right. Right? You know, we got, so, man. Oh, Brother Devin come in, he calls it the remix, right? We got to be able to provide our kids with the remix, right? Because this is the point, man. We all know. Well, I ain't gonna say we all know. A lot of people don't know that they're divine. This basically what this says. True home is the place from which the sun breaks. Your true home, right? Not the one you pay rent at. Your true home is from where the sun breaks. Sister Angela said, that's right, because if we don't get them to listen, we are talking to ourselves, which we find ourselves doing a lot of times. But hey, let me say this though. Even with some of the old stories, right? Our kids act like they're not listening. But I know because all of y'all that's on my timeline now work with young people. I know every last one of y'all have been blessed with the experience with one of your kids coming back to you and reminding you about something that you gave them that you didn't even think they was paying attention to. I'll give you an example. One of my little brothers, rest in peace. One of my little brothers, rest in peace, did, oh, I didn't mean to laugh. He did a rap album. Well, actually, my whole house, we call him John. He did a whole rap album. And I was listening to one of his songs, Revolutionary Mind. I was listening to some of his music, and he was quoting some of the stuff that he had either got with me or through me or from people around me. And I said, man, he was hard. I thought he was hard. I didn't think he was listening at all. You know what I'm saying? So it comes out. They're listening to us, right? It just takes time because, like I said, we got to remember, when we're working with young people, we're not planting. It's like we're farmers, but we're not planting a seasonal crop. We're planting trees. We're planting something that's going to take years to grow. So we got to be able to protect that tree. We got to be able to nurture that tree. We got to be able to make sure that tree get what it needs so that one day we can sit up under that tree and feast off of the fruit that the tree brings and be able to get some relief from the sun up under the shade that this tree is going to provide. Some of us have whole forests because we've been working. We've been on the hustle. Right? So, hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank those on Spreaker that come in regularly and check out the show. I want to thank my Facebook fam, Brother David Lee. Good to hear from. When is the next wet, brother? Go on. I mean, hit me up. Sister Angela, thank you. Brother Devin, of course. I'm kind of surprised you ain't called in. I guess the baby's still up. All right. So, wait, hold on. I got a message from Elder Tony West. Let me read what he's saying. Oh man, Elder Tony is a Pisces. I gotta remember when his birthday is as well. So, Elder Tony out there listening, I know your birthday is coming up. Happy belated birthday. Oh, Miss Ross, the boss, right? Happy birthday to you as well. Oh, you a Pisces too, Miss Angela? When your birthday? Happy birthday. Hopefully I missed it. I know your birthday ain't on the 27th. I know your birthday's not on the 27th. We wasn't born on the same day, girl. But I do remember you a Pisces. Yeah. I think you'll be up. March. Ooh. A March Pisces. Uh-oh. Watch out, world. All right. So all my Pisces out there, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Now, for those that don't know, this is like a mixture. I ain't gonna say a mixture, but it has some of the effects of apple cider vinegar. Right now, I feel it clearing out my chest. Man. All right. So, this is Brother Hatim saying peace out to all, and to all a good night. Oh man, hey, I have no choice. You know what I'm saying? I try not to do the shows. I be tired. Well, hit me up, Sister Angela. And then also I'm telling people, if you want to learn how to make it, the magic thing about this is that the way the Creator created these symbiotic things, I'm tired. I can't think of the name. Scobies. The way the Creator did these scobies, they recreate themselves every time they brew, every time they ferment a batch. So I'm getting too many scobies. So I'm looking for about 10 people that want to sit down and seriously learn how to do this. We could get the jars, you get the honey, you get the tea. I'll take you through the whole process, and y'all can start brewing your own, because this is it. I would love for people to buy it from me, but I believe that the health benefits of this move far beyond me, right? I honestly believe that this will help, not solve, help a lot of people with some of the ailments they have. So, hey, all right, so I'm going to put the call out. You the second person that said it. I'm going to put the call out. If people want to learn how to brew their own, they can, so that you can have your own. You can always go on and support Gye-Nyame Journey. I could dig that. If you want the bottles and all that, you know what I'm saying? We got the bottles. But I think the health benefits of this drink. Green tea. Look up green tea. Look up raw honey. Look up the power of fermentation. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what they doing with this whole alcohol piece, because that's a whole nother story, because they're taking alcohol, they're taking products, they're fermenting it, and then they distill the alcohol outside of it. So what that does, it kills all of the other properties and just release pure 100% alcohol. They try to get as close to 100% alcohol as possible, which is poisonous to the body. All right, So I want to thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off. This is Brother Hatim. Cheers. My fault. 100 years. And y'all have a great Ujima. I will see you tomorrow morning for Ujama. Check me out on YouTube for my daily toast. I'm out.